bit battered. 4 different starting left tackles, 3 different starting right tackles. 1st and 10. Sanders, and he's got him. And that's caught right
I
there
like that. I like that quarterback awareness, man.
South Carolina with a gain
Looking at pressure, knowing what play he got, giving the play enough time to develop, and then delivering the ball under pressure, man. I'm telling you, Shedeur Sanders definitely has starter caliber traits. You take all that into account, and I think about this football game, right? It's just, I feel like they got outcoached. I feel like they got outcoached, and I just don't. Kevin Stefanski, is he past his coaching prime? Is he past his coaching prime? And welcome back to Mischief Entertainment, man. As you can see on the screen, we are reacting to the San Francisco 49ers versus the Cleveland Browns, man. Now, real quick, before we talk about the Browns and 49ers, man, I plan to return on Thanksgiving. Well, I guess the day after Thanksgiving and talk about the Thanksgiving games. But honestly, I drank too much, I ate too much, and I had way too good of a time to return that fast. You know, I need to rehabilitate. Is that the right word? Rehabilitate. I need to rehabilitate. But, man, let's talk about the games this week, because those were some big games. I just want to talk about them real quick, since I'm back with y'all. You know, I'm excited to be back with y'all, man. Always nice to see y'all, man. We got the Green Bay Packers who beat the Detroit Lions, man, and I'll just say that's crazy to see. The Packers cost me money and the Lions lost me money. So, you know, I kind of feel a certain type of way about that. I honestly do. The Lions are still a pretty good football team, but it's like if they were a boxer, it's like that left hook ain't the same no more. I don't know what's going on with the Detroit Lions. That left hook ain't the same no more. And then we had the Dallas Cowboys doing what everyone around the world wanted them to do, which is beat the Chiefs so they have a harder time to make the playoffs. You know, I want to say it's been a very long time since I've liked the Dallas Cowboys roster, and I do like this Cowboys roster. Now, I told y'all George Pickens was a demon. I told y'all that. I told y'all George Pickens was a star. I said that when the trade went down. Quinnen Williams, I like Quinnen Williams a lot. I really do. Kenny Clark, he's big. Listen, for the first time in a long time, I feel like part of the Cowboys' identity is kind of like toughness. Like they'll punch you in the face. They got superstars. They got big play power. They got big men. This is the first time in a long time that I've liked the Cowboys roster, but you know the Cowboys did what everyone wanted them to do. Let's see the game after that. The Baltimore Ravens fell to the Cincinnati Bengals. Now at this point, I did not watch the game live, you know, but I did see the box score, and that's all it took. That's all it took. That's all I looked into that game. Yeah, just disappointed. Just disappointed. And then we got the Chicago Bears who beat the Philadelphia Eagles. And is it finally time for me to admit that the Chicago Bears might be a good team? Hey, they finally beat a powerhouse in the NFL. That's how I feel. As dysfunctional as the Eagles are, they do have a good record, and the Bears went in there and they was able to walk out with the W, which was pretty impressive. I still have my doubts and concerns about Caleb Williams. But he is winning games. He is winning games. I don't want to talk down about the Bears too much, but I'm very skeptical on just exactly how good they are. I think Ben Johnson got a lot of things together, and they're just playing a better brand of football. With that, the wins came, and now the team's getting invested, and they believe too. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see. But I'm still not fully in on the Bears. I can see the Bears losing in their first playoff game, and you know, just for the Bears, that'll still be a successful season. You know what I'm saying? And now that we have wrapped that up, man, you know what I'm saying? Did I talk about the Eagles? The Eagles just dysfunctional. Eagles, just shout out. This is the only thing the Eagles could do. Have great players, have a great coach, you know, have a great team, have a great all of that, and just mess it up. They got a great halfback. They got a good quarterback. They got I said this when they came to Minnesota and beat the Vikings. I was like, I'll have my laugh later in the season because it's the Eagles. You know something gonna go wrong with the Eagles. They're a circus show. But yeah, then they lost to the Bears in a game that everyone was expecting them to win. It was absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now let's get to this game. The San Francisco 49ers versus the Cleveland Browns, man. We got Brock Purdy versus Shedeur Sanders. The San Francisco 49ers, they got a good team. They still got a good team. You know, I always felt like they had a good team. They're just very injury prone, and I feel like their Super Bowl window has closed. I don't feel like this San Francisco 49ers team could win the Super Bowl. They could definitely make the playoffs. I've been saying that all season. The 49ers can make the playoffs, but being a true Super Bowl contender, I just don't think that what the 49ers is. Of course, we got the quarterback controversy with Brock Purdy. You know, we'll see. You know, I still got Brock Purdy as a tier 2 quarterback. You know, he's a starter caliber quarterback, but that's it. You know, he's not like a playmaker or a superstar or a world breaker or whatever words you want to use. But he is definitely a starting caliber quarterback. And we got Shedeur Sanders trying to prove himself, man. I've never seen a player go through so much to attain a starting job. And I'm going to say this real quick. I think it's absolutely BS. I think we've seen from some of the plays that Shedeur Sanders can absolutely play. And I just don't know why he's been held back so much. I honestly don't. It's tragic to see. But I do think Shedeur Sanders, alongside a lot of rookies, has a lot of potential. He has a lot of upside. I've always thought he had more upside than Dylan Gabriel. Yeah. But we are here at this point, and Shedeur Sanders is getting his chance, man. So let me just say, I love Shedeur Sanders. Shout out Shedeur Sanders. I hope the best for you, man. I think you can play. I hope you keep progressing. You're very confident. Keep that up. Bring the cockiness down a little bit. I had this problem with Baker Mayfield early in his career. I said he was just a little too cocky. But I like confidence. I do like confidence, but there is a line between confidence and cocky. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to this game, man. As much as I do like the 49ers, I got the Cleveland Browns winning this game. It's a different atmosphere in Cleveland, and Shedeur Sanders has to win to keep his starting job. I feel like Shedeur Sanders could damn near have a perfect game, but if they lose, they'll still find some way to throw it on Shedeur. So I got the Browns winning this game. I like the Browns. Shout out Shedeur Sanders. Let's get to this reaction. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Got a block from Judkins. Got a block from Robinson going deep.
That was a hard one to miss. Perfect blocking, wide open receiver.
And swirling right now, Corey Bojorquez will be punting, and deep back Sky Moore. You're watching him trying to catch these punts in pregame, and it was an adventure. From the 18, here comes Moore. Finds a sliver on the move. Can he get by Bojorquez? The stiff arm. Here comes the chase. Coming down the near side.
They had like the 20 or the 10-yard line. This is not how you want to start this game.
Offensive line of San Francisco, number 6 in the NFL. 3rd and 8. He's got him at the 6. And McCaffrey down to the 2. Here they only have one tight end in. 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. Touchdown. Guy in there. All set up on a 66-yard punt return by
you get a field that short, you got to score, man. You got to score.
Well, it's a double team right in the front. Brindle's the one that gets up on the linebacker, and McCaffrey goes right off his backside to get into the end zone. Excellent job by the point of attack by the offense.
One rookie rusher in the NFL. 2nd down, 3. Sanders play action. And this goes off to Judkins. He got
nice, easy.
He breaks a tackle for a 1st down. Into the secondary, climbing by midfield. This line has been a bit battered. 4 different starting left tackles, 3 different starting right tackles. 1st and 10. Sanders, and he's got him. And that's caught right
I like that. I like that quarterback awareness, man.
South Carolina with a game
looking at pressure, knowing what play he got, giving the play enough time to develop, and then delivering the ball under pressure, man. I'm telling you, Shedeur Sanders definitely has starter caliber traits.
Getting a block out there by Batonio and trying to dive. Got the 1st down as he wiggles down to the 29.
He's eligible. And
4th and 1.
He's a big rascal. 4th and 1.
Oh!
Stuffed. Judkins, no place to go. Terrific play
from a pressure standpoint.
I think that was bad play calling. I'm gonna say that's bad play calling just because of the way the formation that the Browns lined up in, right? I would assume it was a tush push. I was thinking they might do a tush push, but with today's NFL, if you're a defensive coordinator, I would assume you're doing a tush push. With that being the case, everyone is stacking. They stacking that D line, and they are shoving towards the middle. I don't think running in that situation was correct. Maybe you just take the 3 for momentum at that point. 7-3 feel a little bit nicer than 7-0. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you keep your players in the game too.
Out of Tennessee, he was the SEC Offensive Player of the Year last season. Messy pocket and caught.
Whoa!
Bond getting under it, making the grab at the 45-yard line.
One thing I love about Shedeur, right, is he just fearless. I don't know what happened, but they gave. Oh, hold on. The Bears got. Not the Bears. The Browns got 8. So maybe they messed up the highlights, but Shedeur Sanders makes a throw under pressure. I say I like it a lot. Now the Browns are up 8-7. 49ers ball, though.
And this is caught by Jennings to the 40-yard line. Hit on the play by Hickman in the secondary. Sampson the back. 3rd and 15.
Yeah, see, they messed up the highlights. Now it's 7-0. So now we finna see how the Browns score. Let's see how the Browns score. We know they scored. Let's see this drive. Shedeur Sanders.
The time is there. Here they come. Down he
Whoa.
goes. It's Furl coming through. McCaffrey the back. 2nd and 9. Pearsall on the fly. Play action by Purdy. And he's got the crouching tight end at the 30. Kittle.
Yeah, so they just had the highlights a little bit out of order, but we back to 7-0. Just pay attention to that. 7-0.
Conditions where I just like the feel of the ball.
Look at McCaffrey careening off bodies, taking it into the secondary. Hickman the stop, averaging about 1.9 yard per carry today. 3rd and 10. Williams the block outside. Kittle, Redwell banged, and then
Woo! They swarmed. I love that open field tackle. He got beat up. I love that open field tackle. Y'all know I'm an old school man. I love defense. The reverse.
With a beat on him and out of bounds. Brown chasing Bond. Sanders now will be under center for the 12th time. This is the 27th play of the game. Sampson the back. 2nd, 3. 1st down into the secondary. Hit by Winters and others. Green got a hand on him. 2nd down 9. Judkins the back. Sanders to the air. Gets a block. Hit as he throws. Caught wide open. Fannin 5. Touchdown. Cleveland.
Judy's going to be going up, so you got both guys are going to jump him. And you're going to see Fannin. He does an out and up and just sits in the window. Watch how he does a little wheel route, but he slows down so that the corner is not able to play.
Here he is trying.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. No, see, that's what I'm saying, bro. How then we had to wait all this time to see Shedeur Sanders as a starter? Shedeur Sanders had to wait all this time to get 1st team reps for what? He can play, bro. He can play. And they going for 2 early in the game.
Squirms, carves, got in, they say, for 2.
Oh, I thought
And
they
Cleveland's
stopped
got
him.
the
But
lead.
yes, the official on the far side put his arms up. 49ers thought they had him stopped.
And here is a 3rd and 10.
All right, man, there we go. Highlights back in order. We see the Browns score 8-7, man. Let me just say something real quick. You know, with the current quarterback situation with the Vikings, I was hoping they picked Shedeur Sanders. You know, I'm just going to say that. I am going to say that. It's the NFL where every team is always searching for a quarterback. I don't think you can never really have too many quarterbacks when you're trying to figure out the quarterback situation with your team. Shedeur Sanders didn't get selected to the 5th round. I was hoping the Vikings would have just picked him just because. Like, what if JJ don't work out? Let's get this young and spry, high potential having quarterback. But no, if they didn't do that, you know what I'm saying? They didn't do that.
Back for Brock Purdy, who is gone 6 of 12.
I still believe in JJ though. You know, this is rookie season to me.
Block and caught for the 1st down. Ricky Pearsall.
And dealing with it in cold weather can't feel good.
1 timeout, 1st and 10, going deep into the wind and looking for Kittle. Broken up on the play. Hickman.
Well, they're calling
They're going
catch.
to call the catch.
And then ripped out at the end.
Matt Gay elevated again off the practice squad. 2nd game for the Niners for the injured Pinheiro from 25. Oh, he hit the upright. Did it go in?
It did.
It went in.
Through for 3. And a 10-8 halftime lead. He's a second.
I like this. No, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. This is a good football game. 10-8. You know, who gonna outcoach who? That's what it's looking like. Because you gotta remember, sometimes a lot of these teams that are trash, you know, or we think that it's trash, kind of like the Browns, you know, they've been trash, had a trash history. A lot of that is just figuring out the quarterback situation and the culture of the team. You know, and I feel like Shedeur Sanders definitely mixes things up, and it brings a new look, a new feel, a new energy to the team. I just expect the Browns to be better if they allow Shedeur Sanders to keep this starting job. Way to get some yards.
And Green brings 9 and 12 through the air is Sanders. 3rd down and 7.
9 for 12 for Sanders. Oh, that's a drop. That was a concentration drop.
It's a 1st and 10 for Purdy. Here they come. Garrett got him, spun him around. Juszczyk has the pass. 26-yard line.
But that time nearly came up with the 1st sack of the day.
2nd down, 6. Juszczyk a block. There's the hole for McCaffrey into the secondary and brought down, hit by
McCaffrey plays so big. Face to face, runs into the linebacker for the extra yards.
Blocked by Williams. Here's the throw. 1st down grab. Juwan Jennings. And it comes right in front of Miles Harden. They take him off. 3rd and 15. It's Purdy. Messy pocket. Here he goes. He's being chased by Delpit. Out of bounds. Flag thrown. The pre-snap looks can be a
Let's
lot
go,
different than the
Cleveland!
after
Come on,
snap.
man. I picked y'all. Don't let me down here.
Here's a handoff on third
There you go.
down.
You can get that little first. You can
And
get
they
that
try
first.
to get close to the first. Looks like they may have been short by a half yard. 4th and 1.
Woo!
Oh, they dropped the
They
snap.
dropped the ball. It looks like Gifford jumped on it. They did a turnover. The game's first. Luke Gifford jumps on the ball. Turnover for Cleveland.
That's tough. I ain't even gonna lie. That's a big play in the game. That's somewhere you got to execute. Shedeur Sanders is a rookie quarterback and all of that. But it's just man. That's the second horrible 4th down I've seen from the Browns. So I'm gonna more put that on the Browns than Shedeur Sanders. I don't care if Shedeur Sanders dropped the football. You know what I'm saying? That is the second most horrible, pathetic 4th down attempt I've seen, man. I'm putting that on the Browns, man.
Down and 3. This is a good 3rd down defense for Cleveland, too. Number 3 in the league, but that time piercing the first, down to the 20. McCaffrey finds it.
How many guys they put near the line of scrimmage?
Robbins in the back, 3rd and 9, and caught inside the 5. That's Kittle.
It's just this the second time y'all to put the 49ers in a short field position, man. The score is 10-8. Y'all been showing me y'all got this bend but don't break attitude, man. But when it's this short, it gets tough to not let them score. They basically already in the touchdown, in the red zone.
San Francisco.
And that's a nice play because nobody expects Brock Purdy to run with the football. Nobody expects Brock Purdy to run with the football.
Both of them are going to come off the edge. Watch Purdy. He's going to read this mesh and just keep it. He sees both collapse, and then it's just him and a blocker out front.
Who was out with concussion. Sanders got the start last week and 1. Starts today, 3rd and 10. There's the block by Robinson. Chase. Here's a flag. Throwing incomplete. Now flag throw when he's in the end zone. That's Kittle. Here's Purdy. The kid, it's the block. Here comes
Woo!
It's a
Miles Garrett.
Pressure up the middle.
Y'all need points. Y'all need points right now, not later. Y'all need them now.
With the wind and the hang, and now the fair catch.
No, you didn't.
And it's picked up right there. San Francisco all over it.
I think it's pretty significant, so it must be feeling pretty good to not have that protection.
Here comes Garrett. There goes Purdy. Here comes McCaffrey. There was a block out there thrown by Burford. And he's inside the 5, or did he hit the chalk at the 5? Let's see. They'll mark him off at the 5-yard line. It's a goal to go right now from the 7. Purdy to the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. Grabbed by Jawan Jennings.
Man coverage. Jennings is going to be to the outside. Campbell has outside leverage, so there's nobody to the inside. And with Kittle releasing to the inside, that draws the attention of the linebackers. Easy.
They're going for 2 right here. As Purdy will roll, McKivitz the block, and broken up.
Good defense. Good try. Good defense. Good try.
Start swinging the other direction because
now, I think this game is over.
Oh, there was a great block in there by Leviston, and that opens the door for Judkins.
I think this game is over. Like I keep saying, Shedeur Sanders is young. I don't know if he got that 4th quarter comeback potential in him. You know what I'm saying? He's still, he needs to be nurtured and matured. Whoa, that was a big hit. That was a big hit. Big hit. He needs to be nurtured and matured, you know what I'm saying? He still got some progressing to do. I don't think he got a 4th quarter comeback. And for as much as some people might like the head coach of the Browns, because I like him, you know what I'm saying? But I keep hearing like this head coach of the year award stuff around his name and stuff. I just don't think he's been playing like a head coach coaching like a head coach of the year. That's how I feel about Kevin Stefanski. And I'm watching this game, and I know I can't put everything on him, but there are numerous times, especially in the recent weeks, where his team hasn't been ready. You know what I'm saying? You talk about that kickoff with the drop punt. You talk about the 2 4th down attempts that just looked egregiously bad. When you talk about things like that in a football game that looked very winnable with a Shedeur Sanders who's playing, I'll give him a B right now. You know what I'm saying? He's playing like an average starting quarterback. He's doing his job. Nothing exemplary so far. But when you take all that into account and I think about this football game, right, it's just, I feel like they got outcoached. And I just don't. Kevin Stefanski, is he past his coaching prime? That's my question, man. I'm putting this game on Kevin Stefanski more than I'm putting it on anybody else.
First down, 30-yard line. It's Jennings again. Swashinger makes the tackle, which was set by Michael Strahan in 01 and tied by T.J. Watt. In 2021, it's Robinson. Getting a block up there from Brendel and finding room to the 15 of Cleveland. They have found a good answer when Purdy is gone at quarterback with Mac Jones. 3rd and 9, Purdy, a crumbling pocket, chased on the play. Mason Graham was there to the end zone and incomplete and aiming for Pearsall. Matt Gay with Pinheiro out with a hamstring. It's perfect right down the middle.
All right, that's a lot more closer. I know the team got love seeing that. You're getting the goal post and stuff. You got to be careful, man. That's a nice pass. That's a nice pass, man. At this point, we just watching to see some of these passes that Shedeur Sanders makes. I like the way he can read the defense and make the play up, read his progressions and make the play. He looked very smooth. You know, he steps back, he does his drop, he analyzes the field, and he releases.
Interceptions for the leading MVP candidate, Matthew Stafford.
3rd and 26. He dances away. Chased here on the play by Elliott and heaves it downfield. 4th and 26. What a league.
All right, man. 3rd and 26, 4th and 26. The Browns are gonna go for it. I'm gonna skip to the end just so we can make sure this is the final score.
Touchdown.
Yeah, 26-8. That's the final score. 49ers, I think I've reacted to you 3 or 4 times this season. I don't think I've picked y'all not one time. I've been saying all year long that I just don't believe in y'all. I know it might be tough, but y'all got to understand that y'all were considered like a super team for about 2 to 3 years, all right? As far as that's being a super team, like, I think it's over with for y'all. And with that being the case, I feel like y'all Super Bowl window has also closed. If when y'all were at y'all best, the absolute best, when you were a super team, you couldn't get it done, why should I believe a lesser version of you? That's how I'm coming with the 49ers. Like, I think y'all could be a good team. I know y'all be a good team in and out, but that's why I'll be talking about the rebuild and stuff. I feel like this is that same team. This is the same rooted team that we're seeing right now. So, like I said before, if the best version of y'all couldn't get it done, why would I believe in a lesser version of y'all? And that's just how I'm coming with the 49ers. The Browns, at this point, I gotta ask the question, are y'all trying to be this bad? Do y'all do this on purpose? Do y'all want to win? Is that ever in your plan for the future or anything like that? I like what I've seen from Shedeur Sanders. I don't like a lot of the noise surrounding the Browns. I don't like what I've been seeing from Kevin Stefanski as a head coach. It just screams dysfunction. It screams soap opera. It's like they do everything except for play good football. That's the Cleveland Browns, and year in and year out. I don't feel like we should have had to wait this long to see Shedeur Sanders start. He obviously looked like he was going to be one of the best quarterbacks on the roster. From the games I've seen, he's one of the best quarterbacks on the roster. He's definitely better than Dillon Gabriel. He should have had a shot and been getting coached and trained for his starting role, or at least treated as equal to Dillon Gabriel or anyone else that's on the roster, but that hasn't been the case. Kevin Stefanski, head coach of the year award winner, but I'm not seeing it with the Browns. And then I'm pretty sure then he let Baker Mayfield go. So he let Baker Mayfield go, and Baker Mayfield looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He keeps going through quarterbacks, everything with Shedeur Sanders. It's just the integrity of the team and the integrity of the coach I'm questioning. And when you get down to things like that and you got to question a person's character before they even touch the football field or, touch the coaching scheme, I think it's just a recipe for disaster. And that's just how it's going to go. And that basically sums up the football game. That sums up my reaction. We made it to the end of the video, man. I hope the best for Shedeur Sanders. Still don't believe in the 49ers. The good is getting good. The good is getting good. I just started stuttering. I was trying to do something there. It didn't work out. Anyways, the NFL's getting good. We're getting real close to the playoffs. Things are heating up, man. I'm going to be here. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We out.